rockers Britny Fox are back on the road, and we just witnessed a kick-ass show in Buffalo, New York. And we have special guests with us, Billy Childs,
Thank you, brother.
bass player from Britny Fox. I appreciate you coming down and talking to us today. I have to admit, I was very impressed with the current lineup of Britny Fox. You guys kicked some ass. Is this the final lineup of Britny Fox, or?
Well, this has really been the only lineup with no changes since late '06. Really, Tommy Paris was here, but he bailed due to personal reasons. You know, so this is still the same lineup you're seeing right now.
Mm.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, this is hopefully the final lineup. You know.
Are there? Do you guys have any? I know you do have plans to record some new stuff. How and when can we expect to see it?
It's going well. I say it's very heavy. I mean, if you like Bite Down Hard era Britny, you will probably like what this is doing. Because basically, I was responsible for a lot of that. I mean, the whole band was. I was fine, you know. That's just the way we headed, and it's just what I dig. It's what I write. It's what seems cool to me. If you like songs like Louder and Liar and Close to Your Love, you know, all those kind of songs, that's really the direction it's headed. You know,
yeah,
slightly updated, but you know, the same. It's pop music. It's popular music. I still regard it as such, even though it's an 80s band. You know, so it just rolls that way. You know, it's melodic.
Yeah. Do you find it kind of a double-edged sword, because I mean, you have the name Britny Fox. I mean, people do recognize it, but I mean, let's be honest, a lot of your fans want to hear the old stuff. I mean, do you hesitate at all to even release things? Are you motivated to release new stuff because of that mindset, or?
Well, I think there's been enough released of what the Dean era was with this band, you know. And I can speak for the others when I say this, that we all regard the Tommy Paris era as probably the best stuff we ever did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, as far as I say, as far as releasing anything, I think there's enough out there to Dean era. He's distanced himself from this thing quite some time ago. Tommy and I are still very good friends and speak all the time and do write together. I would say that is the direction that you'll probably see this band head. As I said before, it's probably a Bite Down kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit about the new band members for the people out there that aren't familiar with them.
Well, yeah, Greg Polcari is playing guitar now. The guy's an amazing guitar player. He really practiced way too much. But he's an amazing guitar player.
Yeah, he did kick some ass tonight. That's for sure.
He's fucking great. And Jamie Fletcher is absolutely amazing, as you heard him sing. You know? And the guy's got some writing skills too, believe me, he really does. And Henry Nail's the drummer. As I say, it's been the same lineup for a couple years now, and we just keep playing. We're at Rocklahoma this year.
Oh yeah?
Once again at Rocklahoma, South Texas Rock Fest. You know, big festivals basically.
Yeah, now you guys have played Rocklahoma before. I think it was the very first year that Rocklahoma was around.
I think, yeah, it was 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
I think it was the first year. I think last year they had some hurricanes or something blow through there.
Yeah, they had. We have some footage of it actually on glammetal.com. It was some pretty bad weather. I think it was on the second day or so. Yes. How was that experience like the first time? I mean, you must have went into thinking that, like, I mean, how could this possibly be successful? And it was very successful. That was the thing.
Well,
it surprised a lot of people.
I kind of thought going in, I thought that, but really that was kind of secondary to my personal opinions. I was kind of curious to see how a lot of these guys reacted. Everybody was always like, oh, you guys haven't seen each other in 20 years, you know, that kind of thing. And a lot of us hadn't. But what a lot of people have to remember is a lot of these guys didn't like each other 20 years ago. It certainly hasn't grown over the years, you know. So it was kind of a mixture. It was a few guys hugging, a few guys fist fighting, a few guys pushing each other around. It was that, you know. I don't really get involved in too much of that myself, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a good time and try to anyway. But for me, it was all good, basically. Most of the guys I saw were guys that I had known from back in the day, and enjoyed seeing them again, you know.
Yeah, now, in the heyday of your career, you pretty much opened for every major band there was. I mean, what do you think was the most successful tour that Britny Fox went out on?
Boy, I guess really successful as far as really not so much for us. I mean, the first Poison tour was great.
Right.
We played with Alice Cooper over in Europe. That was really good. We did Japan with Bon Jovi. I mean, these were all great tours, man. I mean, back then you really your options were a little more open as to what you did. You know? So we would hit the bigger arenas with these kind of bands that I'm mentioning, and then we would do clubs for 2 or 3 months, you know, or 4 or 5 months, or whatever, you know, and that's where we capitalized financially, so to speak, you know, because when you're out on a big show like that, on a big tour like that, maybe today it's different, but back then you really kind of lost a lot of money.
Oh, really?
So we split our time between losing money and making money, basically. And it was all good, man. I mean, the arena shows were good, the club shows were good, everything was good. I mean, how can you complain about that, you know, a particular era for a band like us?
Yeah, exactly.
They're very kind to us.
Yeah. What do you think led to the downfall of the band? I mean, obviously the grunge movement moved in and that was a major thing, but what do you think anything else contributed to that?
Well, Dean wanted to explore different musical genres, I guess, if you will. You know, the band actually broke up the first time with Dean long before grunge was even really heard of. You know, then we had Tommy in the band, Tommy Paris in the band, and we released our album, I believe, the same month as Nevermind. So you can imagine what that went. You know, contributing factors, I really don't know as far as the first version with Dean. I see him wanting to do different things. I think everybody might have been a little drunk on their success at that particular point.
Yeah.
But it worked out well for him. He had a concrete deal. It kind of screwed the rest of us, but we continued on with Tommy and did what, and I feel I can speak for the others as well, what was our best work and Bite Down Hard, I think, and most people seem to agree with me. You know?
Yeah.
So.
That was a solid release, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. I think that thing comes out a couple of years sooner than it does. I think we're looking at a very big selling album with a lot of hits on it. But it wasn't too big.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, my last question I have for you is if you could go back and change any part of your career, is there anything, or are you pretty happy with the way that it played out?
Well, I guess I can't really complain, man, because when I was probably like you guys, about 12, 13, 14, man, I just wanted to be one of those guys on the albums. You know what I mean? That's all I ever wanted. I just wanted to be that guy on the album. You know? So judging from that point of view, there's probably not anything I would change. I'd probably never be a millionaire anyway. Probably would make you happy anyway. I didn't get a happiness quotient to give you, you know, but I'm very happy with the way things turned out for me. You know, I mean, life-wise and music-wise and everything. I think I would be a bit of a fool to complain.
Yeah.
You know, so things could always be better, but things could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? And I'm very happy with, I guess, where I end up in the lexicon of such things, so to speak. You know?
Yeah.
If that answers your question, I hope it does.
Perfect question. Perfect answer to the question. Appreciate your time, and I want to say best of luck on the tour. And I can't wait to hear the new material. I'm sure our glam metal fans can't wait either. So best of luck.
I'm looking forward as well. I think we'll be very surprised. I really do.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard rumors.
The same as they were when Bite Down Hard came out after Dean left. You know what I'm saying? You've heard rumors. What rumors have you heard?
I heard some rumors that it's going to be a lot like Bite Down Hard, but maybe like a little modern influence, maybe like a little heavier perhaps.
Well,
like maybe like a little Disturbed type maybe influence in there perhaps.
Is obviously going to take advantage of the technology that's available to us today that wasn't back then. But sensibility-wise, I think Bite Down Hard was a really nice little piece of pop culture, man. I really think it defined the era and those type of songs nicely, and I would like this to do the same, basically. I'm not plowing any new fields here. We are not plowing any new fields here. You know, it's just basically hard rock singing with pop sensibilities, man. You know? That's where my head's at.
Alright, very cool. Alright, glam metal heads, make sure you check out Britny Fox Britny Fox MySpace?
Well, Britny Fox Band and Billy Child's Britny Fox are to MySpace. That's where you're going to get the latest updated information, tour dates, and such, you know. So stop by there. I'm not on Facebook. That's a little gay, actually.
That's super gay.
And you can't Twitter me either, you know. I mean,
right.
if I had my shit together, maybe, but, you know.
Alright, so check them out on MySpace. See ya.